So ADA ended up tapping into our target, which sits between 81 cents to 83 cents. And this target is our Y-wave target, where I was looking at the possibility of a WXY structure forming. And so given that we ended up tapping into this region, it's possible that the WXY structure is now complete, and then we see that 50 to 88.2% retracement to the downside, followed by another push to the upside. And the alternative could be that to have a 5-wave structure. And I mentioned in my previous video that what I was looking at for was the third wave to reach 80 cents, which we ended up doing. And in fact, we ended up extending beyond that 8 cent level and went even higher. And it's possible that this here completed our fourth wave, followed by a final fifth wave move to the upside. And should that be the case, then it's possible that this structure is now complete also. And then we see a 50 to 81.2% retracement to the downside. Now, what could be possible also is that this move to the upside could be our third wave, and we could potentially be within our fourth wave. And so essentially this could be our third wave. And then we could see that small retracement to the downside to complete the fourth wave, followed by a final push to the upside to complete the fifth wave. And depending on how deep the wave 4 goes, that would then determine how high our wave 5 will be. And so for argument's sake, if this is our third wave, then what we can anticipate is a 23.6 to 50% retracement to the downside to complete the fourth wave. So anywhere within this region here between 77.96 cents to 81.17 cents. And so if ADA was to retrace towards that 23.6% retracement level, then you can see that ADA has the potential to reach anywhere between 84.85 cents to 86 cents for our fifth wave, given that the fifth wave typically retraces anywhere between 1.236 to 1.618 of our wave 4. And if we were to go even deeper towards that 50% retracement level, then you can see that the fifth wave will go even deeper and could reach anywhere between 85 to 88 cents. And so what I'm looking at for essentially is for a continuation to the upside, where we then break this level here at around 84.2 cents. And should that be the case, then it's possible that we then retest this level here and potentially break through that level and then potentially tap into this region here that I've been talking about for the past week or so. And yeah, we have been testing some key levels, and one of which is this level here at around 82.93 cents. And this is a key level because previously we ended up finding support and rejection at that level. So if I zoom out, and you can see that we ended up getting rejected over here, and we found support over here, got rejected over here, and we also got rejected over here. And here we are now retesting that level where we ended up getting rejected. And so ideally what I'd like to see is for ADA to break through that level where we can then potentially test this level here. And if I go back to the hourly chart, we also ended up getting rejected at this local top at around 84 cents. And again, if we were to break through that level, then that would then result in a change of character on smart money concept. And so a similar play took place over here where we ended up getting that change of character, which then confirmed that we were bullish, and then we saw that push to the upside. And so, if ADA was to break through this level here at 84 cents, then that would then confirm that we are bullish, and then we can potentially break this level and then potentially tap into this region here. And if indeed we do have a 5-wave structure, then it's possible that this move to the downside is now complete. And as you guys know, I was looking for a move towards this region here, which is our typical target between 69 to 70 cents, and we just about fell short of that target. However, despite us falling short, it doesn't necessarily mean that the WXY structure to the downside is invalid, given that the Y wave met the minimum requirement, which is a 61.8% retracement of our W wave. And this bottom actually aligns with this lower trend line. And so if I adjust the lower trend line slightly, and so more or less here, and if I move that to over here, so you can see that we ended up actually touching our lower trend line over here, and the same goes for over here. And so, yeah, this structure is still valid, despite us not meeting the typical requirements. And so we ended up seeing that breakout to the upside. And so what I am looking at for now is, again, for ADA to break these key levels and then potentially tap into the upper trend line, which kind of falls in line with our targets. Now, we are overbought on the stochastic RSI, and that has led to this move to the downside. And so, the bulls are slowly starting to lose that momentum. And the same can be said on the 4-hour chart. We are overbought on the stochastic RSI, and I'll just wait for it to load up. It's currently taking its time. And there we have it. So yeah, we are overbought on the stochastic RSI, and Yeah, it's kind of anticipated really, given that we are seeing this price range to the upside. So we are looking at a move of just short of 20%, and so people are going to be taking profits, and that could then lead to this retracement to the downside, followed by another push to the upside, where we can then potentially break this weak high. And yeah, a similar scenario could play out where, on the hourly chart, if we were to break this high at 84 cents, which could then result in a change of character. If we were to break this level at 86 cents, then that would also result in a change of character on the 4-hour chart, which would then further confirm that we're bullish. And then we'll be looking for ADA to tap into this region here. And as for the daily chart, you can see that we are more or less oversold. And so the bulls still have the momentum despite this small retracement to the downside that we are currently witnessing. And so, yeah, we are looking healthy, and I am looking up rather than down. And yeah, like I said, it is looking likely now that we ended up bottoming out at around 71 cents. And yeah, I'm looking for a move to the upside where we then potentially tap the upper trend line and also this key target here between 89 to 94 cents. And so, yeah, that's just my quick update on Cardano ADA. Hopefully you found it useful. And if you did, then feel free to hit that like button. And if you're new, feel free to subscribe. Take it easy, people. Peace.